Great Britain. Life is getting harder for the average Brit. It's cold, it's wet, the price of heating doesn't stop going up, and there's mould growing on the ceilings of our homes. And that's just the start of it. We are truly in dark times here in the UK. But there is one thing to bring us resolve. Such darkness only means that a light can shine brighter. Deep from the depths of the Lemon Zest nightclub, a light will illuminate our nation with such strength that maybe this once great country will restore to its former glory. This light is taking shape. It is taking human form. This is England's last great hope. This is Hugh Anthony.
They're not Britain. I'm Britain. You're Britain. We are Britain. This is what it's about. Real people. We got swagger. We're kind of based. You know, that's how we are. We have to call it out. And like, look, I don't mind. I can take a punch to the face. I can take a slap to the face. I've been punched in the face, slapped in the face, smacked in the arse, smacked in the arse, smacked in the arms. Guys, imagine my mugshot. No, I'm joking. That was gay as fuck.
Hugh Anthony is a 22-year-old English man that describes himself as an independent journalist. And to be fair to him, he's been getting a bit of traction with his 3-month-old YouTube channel, What's New with Hugh. On here, he will show up to protests to cover what's going on and agitate a little bit in the process. And he also does his live streamed monologue talk show, Prioritise Britain. Now, this is a political show that really is for one issue, and that's for Hugh to promote his ideas of ethno-nationalism and remigration, which would be in action to deport every non-native English person from the country.
5% is still too much. It's 1 in 20. You need to put it like this. Our population needs to be a total remigration. Total remigration.
Now, you may be noticing something. The format, the hands, the mug, and even the thumbnails. This is British budget Nick Fuentes, and it is embarrassing to watch. Like, it doesn't take a genius to see he really wants to be Nick Fuentes. He just lacks the public speaking skills and charisma to be an at all respectable copy of him. But who's going to be the guy to promote these ideas in the UK and uphold traditional conservative values?
They're all mad at me. Wait, are you calling me a brain-dead lefty? I hope you're not, because you spelt lefty wrong. You put leffy. I'm also not a lefty in the slightest. I'm excessively socially conservative. I'm actually a socially conservative traditionalist. I'm probably a lot more right-wing than you are.
Well, Hugh wants to be that guy, but there is something a little off about this fella. Like, he does have the vibe of somebody that takes and goes to techno clubs with Eastern European women. And if we look at the first thing that Hugh ever posted on this channel, we'll get a good idea of the language that he likes to use.
Another day, another deal. Today, what is Starmer giving away, you may ask? The Gibraltar border to Spain and the EU. To Spain and the EU. This man gets bent over so much and he takes it up the backside by every single foreign nation. We might as well start calling him Up the Rear Kia.
Don't think that nickname's gonna land. And it should become clear from everything we've seen so far, this man is incredibly gay. Now, I'm not one to judge, but it does seem like a hard task to start an excessively socially conservative right-wing ethno-nationalist movement whilst being a huge homo. And this isn't just speculation. Recently, an account on Twitter has outed him to have been engaging in promiscuous activities. And this is how come I found out about him, because he's been posting saying that he's being attacked by the online left because of his beliefs.
So I'm going to start the show today by addressing the rumours. And I'll address the rumours because the radical left lie. They lie a lot. They lie because they know this is the only way to try and do anything to me. The only way to try and take me down is to make out rumours about me. You know what? We're winning. This is why the left are mad. This is why the cultural Marxists are mad. This is why they're trying to bring me down. It's because we are winning.
But what I found strange when looking through Hugh's content is that in these older videos that are only 2 to 3 months old now, he was an openly gay channel.
Now, let's be real. Things like Grindr are predominantly hookup apps. You can deny it all you like. As a man that's used it, it is a predominant hookup app. People go on, they send you a folder, it has all of their explicit imagery, blah, blah, blah. It's very, very prevalent.
And you'll notice in these older videos, he wasn't Budget Fuentes. He had a different persona I think he's a bit more suited to, that being Budget Milo Yiannopoulos. And through impersonating Milo, he found himself developing a bit of an edgy cool persona.
I think maybe the issue was, I mean, I'm a little bit too based for them, clearly. I mean, you know, I'm so based, right? We're going to do this episode with the sunglasses on. This is the Giga Chad episode, right? I mean, they weren't happy with that. They were like, you're saying all of this, but you're still right wing. Yeah, I'm what? I'm a Chad. I'm a Chad, guys. I do love a bit of trolling. I've realised this, actually. I am quite a troll.
The content of these videos are incredibly run-of-the-mill. There is not much to say about them at all. He's just sat here in his room being embarrassing, making conservative man is gay content. What surprised me is he didn't start this as an ethno-nationalist thing. I actually got some real whiplash hearing him say things like this.
And all these people on TikTok want to come after me and say that I'm promoting bad ideas and I'm promoting racism and all this shit, which is bullshit. I don't give a shit about race. I care about somebody's character. And I've been blocked by so many friends.
One thing that Hugh has been consistent on is he's always been dead set on exposing foreign influence in the UK. He seems especially to be interested by Israel. And I will give it to him that he is consistent to talk about this amongst every party and organisation across the spectrum of UK politics. But anyway, apart from this, his content was quite generic and it didn't get him the attention that he wanted, which is why it's not surprising that he shortly after started his movement Prioritise Britain.
All our politicians still, as much as they may promote that they're proud to be British and all of this, at the end of the day, they still get paid by foreign lobbyists. They still have foreign influence. They still have offshore accounts. They still don't put the British people first. And this is always my thing. This is why I always say prioritise Britain. And now we actually have a logo for Prioritise Britain. It's going to be my movement of putting Britain first, putting it above the world stage, putting it above foreign influence, protecting British values, protecting Christian values, protecting our freedoms, and telling the rest of the world, go fuck yourself, we're first. We are first. I care about us more than any other country. Too bad, womp.
So after this, he started his show with the same name as his movement. No similarities to anyone else there. And it's very weird, this wasn't a gradual change over time. The Milo Yiannopoulos brand skin peeled from his body, and he was straight away ready to put on a Nick Fuentes-shaped suit. He's got his hair cleaned up, he's got his Bible in the background, and his new act is in full swing.
They are looking for you. They want to punish you for your opinions on migration. Welcome to 1984.
You see, Hugh didn't kick this off with the most compelling stuff, and I think this is why he pushes his stances to the extreme. He makes comments saying, well, I can make more money doing normie political commentary, but I don't think that's the case. He wouldn't have the talent to stand out amongst the sea of people doing the same thing. So, by being the guy that takes the most extreme stances, despite them being at odds with his lifestyle, he then has a niche, but unfortunately, he is no Fuentes.
But I'm a radical guy. I'm a radical guy. But you got to be radical. I'm a reactionary, right? I'm real. I am what Gen Z is, right? I was raised, I've said this before, I was raised on black ops, not boarding schools. I was raised in video game lobbies with real people saying real things. So we keep it more normal. We don't keep it parliamentary.
This Black Ops thing he said 3 times now on his show. It's like a catchphrase for him. And he thinks this makes him sound more relatable, but the fact of the matter is, this guy is just so weird. He is such a peculiar anomaly of a person. And it's kind of a shame because I think there can be value in watching people that are really eccentric. But a big part of Hugh's personality is just him copying other people in a desperate and sort of uncanny way that reduces all of the interesting out there guy value of him down to nothing. And I like some edgy stuff, but this is just really shit.
That's why, oy vey, oy vey, oy vey.
The party in the UK that aligns most closely with Hugh's ideals is currently the UK Independence Party, headed by Nick Tenconi. But around this time, Hugh would also agitate Nick on Twitter and make some claims about his character.
Seeing you in Liverpool, thank you, Tina, I appreciate it. Why did Nick block me? Because he's a swinger. I'm not joking.
Nick Tenconi's a swinger, everyone, by the way. True fact, look it up. And he blocked me.
Every aspect.
He's a swinger at most. He's a swinger at most. He is a swinger. He's a swinger. We all know Tenconi's a swinger. Tenconi is a swinger. I'm not wrong about that. You can look it up.
Now, one problem with this format is Hugh isn't going to, on the fly, source information for all of the claims that he makes during his show. But he is here making the claim that Nick Tenconi is a swinger as an independent journalist. Now, I found this that I can't verify, but it does look like 41-year-old, supposedly Christian man with no wife or kids, Nick Tenconi, is out here being a promiscuous, degenerate swinger. Hetero flexible MMF. That means Nick's hoping him and some random fella from online are both gonna have a go on Stacey at the same time. Hugh also criticizes UKIP's use of AI image generation to create material for their flyers.
Appreciate the message, but do we have to use AI? Like, number one, this guy's like sitting off the boat. Number two, look at this spacker's eyes. Come on, Nick. That's the clearest AI I've ever seen. Nick?
I think Hugh is right to make this criticism. This type of propaganda is only going to work on the most mentally defective people of our society. But Hugh is a bit hypocritical for making this point. Yeah, it's not as egregious as brown men in boats AI prompt, but this is bad. This looks really shit. I'm not at all up to snuff in AI image generation, but can't you just ask for it to not have the yellow filter and funny grain effect? Look at that. You can have that if you want. Tell Junior to watch this video, he can just grab it from here. And this as well, if you're going to make this your promotional material, then just, like, it's so simple. And look at this, it's the Big Ben, but it's out in the countryside. Like, no actual artist would make this. His website's kind of lacking too. Like, you've got all his objectives for his movement here, all pretty standard nationalist stuff. But how do we get involved with the movement? We buy a mug. Brilliant.
Guys, prioritize Britain. We're going to prioritize Britain, all right? If you want a hat, www.prioritizebritain.co.uk, get a mug as well. Look how base that is. Wait, mugshot, literally.
I guess it still is in its infancy. I'll cut him some slack.
Guys, we're going to prioritize Britain. I am Captain Britain. We're going to win.
And Hugh does engage in some on-the-ground reporting as an independent journalist.
I am an independent media journalist. I go to these things, these events, to represent, prioritize Britain and myself and my movement and my political opinions.
He mostly covers anti-immigration and pro-Palestine protests.
This is what mine. I'm called dead smooth.
Treat me like a far-right protester and handcuff me to the bed.
Treat me like...
It's traitorous. It's traitorous. They're not looking after the actual British people. They're protecting these people. They're protecting these people. These scummy people that want whatever you do. Well, they might as well be. It's treasonous.
Nah, they were flying the Palestine flag, isn't that illegal?
Well, the Palestine Action is, but this is always...
No, it's green with a triangle and red at the bottom.
Yeah, that's the Palestine flag. But
Is that legal?
That's legal, but the Palestine Action Group is not. But this is the thing. Do you ever see any British flags on the other side?
This is from a vlog, not a stream. It's an edited piece of content. If you want to make your movement look at all serious, just cut this out, surely. Another thing he's done is go to gay pride events to go and find out about the oh so terrible degeneracy there. Oh god, Hugh's really out of his element here.
Hey Queens, today we're outside of Manchester Pride.
Hugh's actually really brave for doing this.
You ready for the weekend?
Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride, there you go.
Happy Gay Christmas.
What is it to you? Gay Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
You love a bit of pride.
You're going to be dressing up?
You're going to be dressing up? Bit of a night?
No.
What are you here for? You here for cock or you here for the event?
There's a cock. Oh no, oh no.
Oh no, he just can't believe what he's hearing. For a traditionalist like Hugh, that is just beyond the pale. That is so inappropriate.
All they can say is cock. Cock, 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 cock.
Another thing he does is, for some reason, he knows all these weird gay spots where people go to meet up.
These ones here. You having a good time down here, guys? Yeah. How's your day been? Did we get our release? Did we pollute the water with some more semen? Is that a lube packet? Great. Condoms. Lube there. Condom there. File.
Now maybe I am just very innocent, but I was actually surprised that things like this happen out in the open. And it is absolutely disgusting to be doing this in public, so I'm not going to get mad at Hugh and his crew for this. I just find it curious that Hugh's the guy that knows where these sorts of things go down. But Hugh does get himself in some precarious situations from time to time. Like one time he was out interviewing people in Manchester and he ended up having a Quran lobbed at his head.
Where he's being chased down by people for lobbing the Quran at me. You just smacked me with the Quran. Just lobbed the Quran at me, hold on. Yeah, the fucking Quran. That's why. Thanks for the Quran, dickwad.
He has also fought with Antifa on occasions. One time they attacked him and tried to steal his phone. Although this is a bad thing to do, this is something that Hugh could potentially capitalise on. He now can be a small level of a martyr for his cause and have something to talk about on his show, but it just again doesn't quite hit.
Trying to smash my phone and get rid of my footage. You think that, for a second, is going to bring me down and make me go, oh, I don't want to be involved anymore, it's too dangerous. You know what that does? That fuels the fire inside of me. You just released a fucking phoenix, bitch. You released that fiery bird inside of my heart.
You can tell that he tries hard to produce epic moments like this, but they are always just very gay.
I think they're attacking me. I'm being attacked by cyber warfare. They're trying to stop me. You can't stop this. You can't stop this motion. I've said this before. This white boy got so much fucking motion. You can't stop me. What are you going to do about it? You fucking multi-millionaire companies. What are you going to do, Larry Fink? Oh, shit. You going to come for me, Larry Fink? Christianity's based. It's coming back. If you like it or not, Christ is king, bitch. Christ is king. He will deliver you to the light. He will deliver you to the light. It's true.
Adding the term bitch to Christ as king, especially in the way that Hugh says it, I guess it just loses its ring. He didn't deny the accusation when it was levied, so I'm pretty sure he does this in his parents' house, meaning he can't yell at a volume that's over a certain level, and everything is so performative and derivative of Nick Fuentes that it's impossible to take him at all seriously. Also, he claims for his hour rants to be unscripted, only going off a few notes he makes prior to going live.
I do all of this off the cuff. Everything you hear me say is off the cuff. Every rant I go on is off the cuff. Which is actually a lot more difficult to do than you would expect. It's a lot more difficult to do.
And this really does affect him, because these rants have 5 to 10 minutes worth of actual points, and then he just loops saying, get them out, they're going to shut me down for saying this. I've watched all of his shows, and the amount that I've heard him repeat himself is just mind-numbing. I would listen to exposés on foreign influence and corruption in our country, but as stated, Hugh can't source any of the facts he's coming up with as he says them, so you just have to sit there and believe everything he says is true, or do rapid-fire research as the show's playing. Like his call-out on Tommy Robinson that Hugh calls Tommy Robinstein, which I'll give to him is a pretty good name. He rattles off all of these points against Tommy being compromised, the seedy things that he's done and who he takes money from, and somewhere in here there is a very good case to be made. He did put in a lot of effort for this particular show. Someone could look through all this information, find if all of this information is verifiable and all of the sources for it, and make a very good video out of it. But just having some gay fella in his parents' house yelling about it just isn't compelling. And that's his show really. After that he'll just talk to his chat and they'll call him gay and say that he's a rip-off of Nick Fuentes.
And from the physiognomy, this guy clearly takes it in the poo-poo hole. Bro, I'm a fucking incel, but okay.
And now in Hugh's current form, he claims to be an incel that's left behind his former life. Which brings us to all of the information that Asuka Groiper has brought to light recently. I think this is actually the original tweet that kicked this all off. He went from wanting twink ass to ethnic supremacy. And there's some intimate DMs leaked between Timothy and Hugh here. Asuka's also found multiple videos of him hanging out in what's presumed to be gay clubs. And here's his media manager Junior being interviewed with Hugh in the background there.
My first time in London. London! In London!
Where are you coming from?
Soho, Cheshire.
Cheshire! What's gayer, Soho or your Grindr profile?
I don't have Grindr.
I'm banned on Grindr, so...
Oh, you banned on Grindr? For doing what? Hello!
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You're absolutely stunning, baby. What?
Junior also likes to be called sexy cameraman.
Cameraman, he wants to be referred to as sexy cameraman, but we're gonna be seeing, and he's gonna be capturing the photons of people of a day. Back with sexy cameraman, aka Junior.
Whatever floats your boat, I guess. And Junior has come out as gay, which again isn't surprising, but it does muddy the water on Hugh's story that he's left behind his old life.
This is a man that has rejected every single aspect of that life. He has turned his back to it. I have had every single one of my friends disavow me.
When he spends all day with his old friend that is still gay. The Junior question needs to be answered, Hugh. You need to answer the J... Wait, actually, we need to work on that one. And also, we need to address the lip question.
Also, this cut on my lip. TikTok keeps thinking I've got herpes. I walked into a door. Okay, even smart people can do stupid things sometimes.
Oh, so 2 months ago, he cleared this whole thing up. He just walked into a door. And here we can see him 2 months later from that last video. And, oh, Hugh, have you been walking into doors again? You need to look where you're going. So Hugh addressed these allegations, which is silly in itself because anyone that's watched all of Hugh's content, this isn't going to be that surprising to exist. But Hugh feels the need to, and he wants to get a big epic moment out of this, and yet again just comes off as incredibly cringe.
The radical left lie. They lie a lot. They lie because they know this is the only way to try and do anything to me. The only way to try and take me down.
As we now know, a Groyper account compiled a bunch of information about him being mad gay, presumably because he is an embarrassing Fuentes skinwalker. This is not the radical left trying to take him down. This is an intentional misrepresentation in an attempt to grasp the goodwill of the people that are going to be too stupid to understand what is going on here. So now at this point, all the people that have bought this lie and are still Hugh's honest fans have a 100% hit rate on being full-blown retarded.
And grab onto the attack on me by the alphabet mafia. They want to sit there and grab onto that. And Owen Jones is like, oh, let me stick my nose in it. Listen up, bum boy. You have not improved, Owen Jones. You still sit there and cry.
Owen Jones, why are you going after this guy? Like, I hate this guy, okay? But he won the grifter war. He won the grifter war many years before you ever decided to even start looking at politics. Once upon a time, he made a call to action video saying how desperately he needs to fundraise for an alternative media platform.
The corporate media has failed us. It's time to build something new.
And with the money raised, his next step was to release a Zoom call interview with James Stephanie Sterling.
It's a little extra. It's a little.
I don't think so. I think you've toned it down, if anything, Jim. I think you are looking pretty on point, I would say.
I mean, you could have just stopped it at pretty, but thank you very much.
Now that's a grift. That, even though my heart is full of hate when I think about Owen Jones, that is a proper grift. This, on the other hand,
I don't go out.
London.
I don't go to nightclubs. I don't have apps like Grindr or shit. As a man that's used it, it is a predominant hookup app.
this just isn't going to cut it. Your on-air light is off. But seriously, he will soft admit things in this fake politically trained type of way. And if he actually flat out spoke openly about his entire past and how his views have changed so much in the past 2 months, that could be worth listening to. But instead we get this.
What? Yeah, I've done bad shit. I'm not the best human being. I'm not pure. I've lived a real life. I was brought up on black ops, not boarding schools. I went out, I explored a university life. I explored what it was to be young. But you know what? On top of all of that, I'm Britain's bitch. You can't stop that. I'm a real
That's him dropping the N-bomb, and we've heard how he used the term bitch. It just doesn't have the impact he's going for. And it is so pathetic, because he is trying to make a point with saying it. So, because he was the kid that grew up playing Black Ops and was gay, and then switched to being a hardcore traditionalist conservative, he is Britain's slave, Britain's oppressed class. He thinks he is a main character, but he is a sideshow for people to point and laugh at.
so close into the coffee. This ain't coffee. Trust me, fuck off. Like, this ain't coffee. Coins falling into dark fruits. But how did you know it's dark fruits? Listen.
Well, you see, Hugh, the same reason when there was a white Muslim convert in your chat, you were able to guess he was ginger. It is very easy to guess that if you are drinking a cider, it is going to be dark fruits. And there could be some more content from his later shows, but if I were to keep watching, I'd be in an endless loop trying to create this video. One thing I did notice though is he monologued whilst on mute for 15 minutes on his live show without noticing. And this guy, he takes his live shows and then re-uploads them as videos and left this in for some reason.
I noticed that, right. Well, no one saw that. We'll go from the beginning. Wait, hold on. Shh. Hi everyone and welcome back to Prioritize Britain.
He really is just incredibly incompetent as well as being incredibly peculiar, so I'm hoping there will be many more gaffes from him in the future. But where does that leave the white race, I hear you ask? You know, there's this guy that thinks we're going to be saved by shilling Israel. There's Hugh that's got a debilitating obsession with the male anatomy. This guy's compromised as well. Here he is with I'm not part of the community, but I think they call it a drag queen. I'm not sure about that one actually. But compromised anyway, you know. So there really is no one to lead the white race into a future of greater green pastures. Which is why I, Liquid Sonic, I'm going to leave the video there. Thanks for watching.